Wait for it. There we go. Hello there. Welcome to a brand new stream. Yes, we are standing up today, and it's totally not to conceal what's on the 3D printer. Ooh, wonder what that could be. Might be a few more bricks for Boba Fett. Who knows? Today, I don't even have the ship. Let me get the ship. Today, we're going to be building, at long last, the missing wing to the Bad Batch shuttle, which I am super excited for. Look how good this thing looks when the wings are shut. How's it look when they're... Not too bad when they're open. I'll be honest, not too bad. Definitely better when they're shut because the studs are on the outside. We'll keep the wings that way. This is the Republic Attack Transport, for anyone wondering. We built this a while back for Bad Batch. Actually, we didn't. We built... That's a lie. Oh no, starting the stream off with a lie. That's a mock that we built for Maul, Season 1, Shadow Lord. Oh, what a season that was. And it's missing a wing. So this is the Rho-Class shuttle. Had a ton of fun with the missiles on this thing, though. That was a blast, quite literally. So today, hair in my mouth. Today we're building the third wing. I feel like that's not going to take up all our time. So we might be able to find a little something else to build while we're at it. And see where we go from there. Hello there. Welcome. Hello there, Tinks. Hello there, Tinky Blocks. Welcome one, welcome all. Let me get up the good chat. You know what I mean. The good chat. What was today's video as well? What is today? The 17th already? That's not right. It is a Monday, so yes, it is a magazine Monday that I'm looking for. Those accessories, that clone heavy. Who's seen today's video? Oh, that clone heavy accessory. Let me grab it. Little tease for the video. There's a few more accessories where that come from, but oh, that bag. Oh, that bag's so good. Oh, that might just be my favorite minifigure accessory I have ever put together. It just might. Such a good. Let me show you again. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. You're going to have to check out the video for a closer look at how we put that together. I'm doing that for all of my heavy clone troopers, though. When I said that in the video, I meant it. Every single one of them. All right. So the wing of this guy, I do want to keep it as small as we can. So we've got this section on top, which I think we might be able to pop off, right? There's just an axle holding it in the back. So if we can, how fragile is this? Can I shake this around? If we can remove this black bar in the middle, we should be able to just pop the top off. Brick separator ain't going to do this. We need one of the other brick separators or a 6-length bar, which I was going to say is easier because I know where that is. Isn't, oh, I'm going to remember her name one day. From Mando. One in the Tatooine hangar bay. He has our brick separator. All right, it seems to be working. We can inject it all the way through. The only problem will be, well, first off, trying to get this bar out, apparently. What's going on here? Huh. Well, that would have been easier, wouldn't it? There's an easier way to clip it off. Watch this. Once it's up, there's just 2 axles keeping it on. It pops off just like that. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? That was easy. Can you get a short? No, I don't do requests for shorts. I don't do, no, for free at least. You're going to have to sponsor a short if you want a short. What sort of content creator would I be giving away videos for free? Let's see. I guess I can put this back down over here. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? You're staying broke until the end of the stream. We'll fix you later. We're focused on this middle fin, which if you did miss the video of it launching. Oh, why is it not launching? It did one and then gave up. Maybe it doesn't launch at an angle. Maybe we have to launch it straight up because then it falls down, doesn't it? There you go. There's a little sneak peek. That is so fun. We need play features like that in more ships, especially ones with big cannons. That'd be awesome. All right. There we go. That will lock back in. In fact, if we fold those in, we get a good look at just what we need for the third fin. Now, the third fin, I want to build like a lambda fin, right? Because this top piece here, it's got 4 studs of width, but this middle bit's only 1 stud. I think we should get it around. We need some sort of like jumpers, and then the thing is with jumpers, they take up too much space. But the jumpers would also have a tile at the bottom. So if we needed, let's get an image up of what what's it called? A Rho-Class Transport shuttle. This is the one. We'll take a break from the desk cam. Any second. No, is it not loading? Why is it? Where's the internet gone? What's happened to that tab? Oh, it's not on the internet. Oh, that would be why. We have to at least connect it first. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right, we don't need to crop it for that either. There we go. Here is the Rho-Class Transport. And that top fin, oh, that's a nice fruity printable one there. We don't really want art. We want to get as official as we can. So here's a look at what it should look like. And it does look Lambda-esque. Like a distant cousin of the Lambda, maybe. Ooh. Ooh, what is 250%? What have we been zooming in for? Here we go. That's the Lambda shuttle that we want. There's the fin over on the right. So you can see it's quite central. It does stick out a little bit at the front. I'm hoping that could be to guide. It comes out about here. We really need it to come out 1 forward. So we're using 1x2 jumpers because we need that extra stud gap at the front. And we actually have a slope up to, maybe we have a slope up to a straight. Maybe we can use 2 jumpers, 2 1x2s, and then it goes back, I'd say about the same. We need a big stretch at the back that goes up a little, out a little, up a lot, across, straight down, out a little bit here, and then stops forward. So we'll have 2 there, 1 up top, and that whole middle piece will be hollow for these. So we're not gonna case that in at all. So we've got our basic shape. We can wedge that out. This is a right angle at the bottom, 2 right angles. Chat disconnected. Oh, don't tell me YouTube's gone down again. Please, no, I can't take another YouTube going down. Let's not have that again. Oh. Make a Wienermobile in a short. That's hours worth of work for a short. No, I don't think I got the time for that. We've got more pressing matters. Like the missiles that just fell out of, we need something that can contain them. So we need a flap at the top. See, this is why I stream these things. So we can create the best fin we can. We need a flap at the top that can close to stop this falling out. That's why Lego wouldn't release it today, because it's too fragile. It is a little bit fragile. And then round the back, if we can seal that off with some sort of slope, that would be good, because we do have the 1 brick pieces in the middle. This is stuck down so well. But the front will definitely need to be open. And I think we leave the front open the whole way. If not, what we can do is, instead of the brick, maybe we need brackets. Because a brick is only 2.5 plates wide. So we'd be able to get like 2 plates up this bit. I don't know if there's a way to connect to, I suppose another snot brick, couldn't we? If we can get a double-sided 1x1 snot brick, that would work. Yeah, we've got a load of double-sided 1x1 snot bricks, maybe even a few plates on top and below them. Okay, well, there you go. That's how we're securing the top of the fin. Any other details? We have some red at the front. We're going to have to miss out on that. We're going to either miss out, or if we make the fin 2 plates thick, which it's already nearly 2 bricks wide. I don't think we go wider than 2 bricks. It's not quite 2 bricks. It's got the 1 brick on the inside and 2 plates. So we could We could push it a little bit wider to get some of that red on the front, the transparent red, but I'm not sure. Oh, we'll have to see how that looks. We'll have to see how that looks now. I've got an image in my head. I don't like the image, but we can only know for sure when we've got it down on, or what? I was going to say down on paper. No, not on paper. When it's in front of us, when we've got it built. That's what this stream is for. Okay. Let me load up the next print as we sort this out. So we've got jumpers. That's easy. Got plenty of those. Just like that. We got snot bricks as well. We need the double-sided ones. I do have some double-sided 1x2s, but I don't have any double-sided 1x1s that are like the 5 plates tall, those pieces. Those pieces don't exist in my collection. I've got some of the white, how would you begin to describe them? The 1x2 bricks that have the 4 studs on one side, 2 on the left side, 2 on the right, and flat backs. That's not going to help. That's too wide. Just a bit too wide. Oh, it's open. Now you're looking, hold on. Now you're looking like the roof of a separatist shuttle. What's the roof of a separatist shuttle look like? And how close is it to this? It'd be crazy if the Republic were just copying designs. It's almost like they work for the same guy. Oh, what do you know? So the fin we do want to the front. We've decided. Do I have my grey tray? Oh, it's still got the pieces on from the last stream. We'll keep those to the side. Put them away as we go. Any snot bricks? No. Alrighty then. We need 4 greys, don't we? Because we need... Oh, that one's too big. All of these are too big. I'm getting more and more of these every time I pour these out. Might have to start giving them their own drawer. That's not a bad idea, I suppose. Keep those to the side, see what comes of that. And then some of the newer ones, they're easier to pull apart. The older ones, you need to get studs on top. These you can just get brick separator in the side, jam it in, pop them off. Beautiful pieces. We need more ridges on Lego pieces, especially tiles, slopes. Slopes need to have ridges. There is no excuse for a slope not having a ridge at the end of the day. At the start of the day, they should have came with ridges first. We should have pieces without ridges as a modification. I'm happy Lego cottoned on to it, but there's still too many pieces that don't have. Oh, arches. Add arches. Any sloped element needs a ridge because it doesn't have a solid point of connection because of the slope. The arch, the slope, you know, there's so many different pieces that aren't square, aren't flat, don't have that connection that a regular Lego brick has, and it's awkward. It is awkward. We don't like an awkward brick. Not here, we don't. Get rid of slopes. Burn them all. No more slopes. No more slopes. All right, now we got that done. We want some snot bricks, but we don't want to just go straight snot brick because the fin will be balancing in the air. Because we've got those jumpers at the point of connection, we want to get 2 plates or 2 jumpers underneath it. I wouldn't judge if you were to squeeze 2 jumpers below it. There we go. Plates. Oh, yes, I get to show off my new organization for my plates. Best part of using a tub on stream. Look at this. Look how neat that is. You cannot find anyone that organizes their Lego parts this neat. Shout out to Tinks as well for helping me organize these. So that's just pristine. The amount of plates, that's actually 1.5 tubs of Lego plates that I've managed to fit in there. And I know there's a few little bits floating around here, there, and only 2. Only 2 1x2s, which can go straight back where we got them. There you go, neat tub. And then what I'm going to do with these tubs, I should have kept that 1x2 out. Oh no. What I'm going to do afterwards is have 1 tub for every drawer. This is the dream, right? This is the dream of sorting. Have 1 tub of every drawer that if I don't fancy sorting pieces, maybe I'm in a rush, maybe we're building something big on stream, I'll have 1 tub like this that I just put all my plates in that go in that drawer. We've got 2 plates drawers. We'll probably have a 3rd plate drawer. So we'll have 3 different tubs, and whichever colors go in that drawer. So we'll have like a grayscale drawer, a colorful drawer, and maybe like a funky drawer with all the funky plates and the rare colors. I'll have a tub where I just throw the plates in at the end of the sesh, at the end of the build, or at the end of the day. And then, oh, there we go. And then, just realized something. And then I can sort those out whenever I have a bit of free time or on a sorting stream, which is usually when we do most of our sorting. Hello there, Moon. Welcome to the stream. I've realized, right, that when we fire this, it doesn't come out of the top. We don't need to have a space here. Oh. Get you settled back in. That was pathetic. All right, down you go. Whoa! Let's not take our eye out. We're not wearing our safety gear now. Yeah, it comes out a hole just below it. They've already kind of thought of this in there. Not bad, if you ask me. This is a really nice ship. This is a really, really nice ship. For the side now. So this is our connection. Wait, for the rest of the build, I think that is good enough. We've got 6 studs between. Good thing with having a mat that has studs on it. We can count out the 6 and line them up so we know exactly how much space we've got, which does really, really help. Now we need to fill it. First off, with a 2x10. This seemed easy before I realized I'm going to have to add some wedges on top that don't always line up. Hello there, Bevel. Yes, we are making the best transport outside the gunship. The gunships are pretty cool. Low altitude attack transport. Low altitude attack transport, is that what LAAT stands for? Something like that, isn't it? But yeah, the Rho-Class is a gold one. As soon as I saw this, had to get this built. I can't believe Lego forgot the third fin. They technically didn't. They misidentified the ship. It's not the transport. No, wait, it's not the attack. Wait, it's not the transport, it's the attack craft. But they call it the attack transport. It's not the transport, it's a different class of ship. And yeah, there is one. Low altitude assault transport. Thank you, Bevel. Assault transport. Let's see if we can bring up the image on screen. What is the image? Wait a sec. This one? That's the one. We've got our fin that we're building. Now we just need to put it together. So if it goes up 2 studs at the front, I'm going to say it goes up 4 studs at the back. And we could stack a bunch of these. I've got a few to move around. This would be the hardest one because we want to go up 2 and then out 2 before we slope it off. And that out 2, oh, that's not hard at all, actually. How far are we going out? 3? Because that can work, and then we can reverse it on the back end. And then we get one of those massive slopes. Oh, let me show you the one I'm talking about. This is it. One of those massive slopes on the top. As if it's been built for it. Don't thank you, thank Google. Google is so helpful. What would we do without it? Panic. Panic is what we would do, is what I would do without it. Panic a lot more. Very thankful for Google. Not to mention YouTube, of course. Funding the bills, that does help. Oh, Google ain't going anytime soon. If the mock's gonna be insane, you're willing to put it in Coruscant. Oh, that's big boots to fill. I hope it will be insane. Oh, you're the same angle. Oh, yes, I've pulled up 2 of the same side, not 1 of each. And then for this for this 3x6, mind went completely blank then. We need a 2x3. I was thinking extra 1x3. I'm trying to calculate in my head because we needed 3 studs on the left side, I think, and now we've got these 4 studs to work with. So it's not quite even, but this will balance it out and also hold it up really nicely. If I get that 2x10, we can start putting this together, and I can show you exactly how this is coming together. This is going to be one of the easiest modifications you can make to instantly make a set go from, you know, decent to amazing. We don't want the wings to be modular. I will add tiles over the top, just like Lego do on the actual ship. They had some tiles. Okay, we haven't added tiles. They probably had some plates on the underside to support it. We don't get that luxury here because we need most of the space for the wing itself. We could probably afford a stud or even a door rail at the back. Oh, yeah, we could afford a stud at the back. Maybe a door rail, but that sounds a bit extra, doesn't it? I suppose we could get a longer plate than we could a door rail. We've got the 2 studs at the front. We then need a... If we raise this by 1 or 2, we'd need a 13 plate. Oh, sorry, missed the beginning of the stream. No worries. We only started a few minutes in. You weren't that late. All right, 13 plate. How can we put together a 13 plate if we've got 2 points of connection? Let me go get the plates and have a little think, and then I'll spoil it when I come back with the right pieces we need. Hopefully with the right pieces we need, assuming I can find them in the right color. A lot of black plates. A lot. We should have built this in black. I'm realizing dark gray, black, light bluish gray is not a piece that I have a lot of right now. With the Int 4, the Rho-Class, the Sandcrawler bled into light bluish gray, the AT-AT, and I have continued parting down some of the older ships, some of the older ATs. There's a few little sets with grey there, not really doing too much damage, but there is a big tub of grey parts to my right, so we will be getting them back sooner rather than later. There never is a need, but there is a must. True. All right, for anyone that worked it out, we're going to need a lot more of the 1x2s, aren't we? Not just to balance the snot bricks. But this being the next segment, I think I will try and keep this segmented for now, and then we can secure it later. Making it modular like this helps when you're building any sort of mock to be able to, you know, switch it out and change things up later on without having to pull the whole thing apart. Bevel with Coruscant, I think you know exactly what I mean when you build something big and you've secured it in, never going to fall down. And then you're on switch up sync at the bottom and you're thinking, no, why did I secure it? Why did I move it into place? And yeah, then you've got to undo all your hard work. It is gutting. What I've got here is a 1x2 with a 2x12. That makes up our 2x13. It's not the most secure connections at the back. I'll try securing. That's a good trick. Oh yes. Oh yes, total Anakin moment. You've been training with all these Lego builds, then you get to Mustafar, and yeah, you want to replace one of the parts at the bottom. Not fun, is it? We might as well build both sides. This will start coming out already, and this is where we have our our slopes here, which line up. So I have a snot brick on the 3x6 and one on the 1x3. Which will keep it forward. But now we're going to need to continue this up the side. Maybe instead of a 1x2, if we keep going to the top of this, we will need a 4x6 and a 1x6. We'll grab 2 of those off the top. Might as well have that running the whole way. That also secures it a little bit more than just relying on whatever plate we put on the inside, which will have to be at least a oh, hold on a second, we have to come out here, don't we? Oh yes, how far do you go? So we want to go up 4 at least and then come out. If we come out 1, that leaves... Ooh, if we come out 1, that's going to leave 5 the rest of the way. Oh, that's a nasty, nasty size. We don't want to work in odds that high. Hello there, Evan. Welcome. Having a bad day? Hopefully your mood improves. Hopefully your spirit gets lifted with this stream. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Lego helps everything, doesn't it? Something satisfying about it. UT or Technic Framework. Oh, yes. Technic Framework is a bummer. Oh. Just got pulled over and failed the breathalyzer. Ooh, hopefully you can take something positive from it, though. Yes, don't drink and drive. There's your lesson, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Expensive, though, isn't it? An expensive mistake to make. Not that I've made it. I don't drink. I do not have the taste for alcohol, so I guess that helps as well. All right. So we've managed to get this slope off the front going so smooth, haven't we? Could have been a Lego set. That is, yeah, true. Same with like smoking and other habits. They're so expensive. Imagine all the Lego you can get with them. Although on the flip side of that, I got some family members that have put all the money to Lego. You run out of space really fast. Yes, it is pretty pricey. Lego can be too, but the aftermarket prices have gone down so much. How many red lights do we have? Just the one. I guess I could double it up, 1 on each side, see what that looks like. Gave up drinking many years ago. Oh, nice one. Nice one. I'm quite happy I never got into it, because that's pretty hard to do. It's one of those things, obviously the one that comes to mind for most of us is probably smoking. That's up there with some of the hardest things to give up. But drink, and like, you shouldn't give up sugar unless for like health reasons, I suppose, because it's a nice source of energy. But giving or reducing sugars is also pretty hard, because so many of us have come to live with it day in, day out. It's the things that you live with and the things that you do without thinking about it that are just so hard to give up. Especially with Lego. Oh, my week off was filled with plenty of Lego. Let me just say that. That is something I do not give up. Even when I'm not working, when the cameras aren't rolling, I'm still thinking Lego. There we are. So we've got a decent shape to this already. We're going to need at least another one of these on top of this side. Well, on top of both sides, I suppose. Because where this slope meets, it's like the next one up that this one connects. So if we can get some sort of, well, I suppose that means that connects there. If we can get, oh, a 3x3 wedge. Is that a 45-degree angle on that wing there? Woohoo! Oh yeah, nothing you could do. Caught red-handed. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, you're not the right snot brick. There we go. All right. Let's see. This could be the end of connections for the back, and we'd have some sort of plates or slopes running up the side. Could get some threes up there. A nice little gap in the fin, which seems to be the case, and maybe a snot brick at the top to stop the pressure. If I were to pick this up right now, the wings would fold in. So at the very least, we're going to need to find ourselves a snot brick with a stud on either side. I was hoping to find one in grey. Didn't realise how rare those things are. What? How comes I don't have more of you then? And do we need studs on the top as it's a Lego model, or do we probably go and tile it off, don't we? Or, yes. Okay, the reason I'm excited about this, wait, why do I have so many? Okay, this might be, oh no, I've got snot bricks in here. I think I dumped a handful of bricks in here earlier on. Oops. So the reason this one's so cool is with a tile, what I'll be able to do is try and cover up most of this back section with a 1x8. Look at that. Cover it pretty well, and then maybe get some bricks or maybe like could use a snot brick here, couldn't we? Could try and like angle this one out a little bit, or that's exactly what we'll do with the 3x3s. Find the right drawer. So the 3x3s will come out like so. We should have enough space to move the plates out, get the bricks out to the side. Could even move this one out and get them gradually going up. Maybe some, how far do we want to push it with those slopes though? Could also get just the snot brick at an angle like we've just done on the top. A cheeky snot brick there. I think we get out with the plates. I think we start moving these out. Hello there, Owen. Think of all the Lego. Oh, so much. To be fair, Lego is pretty expensive, but there are a lot more things that are also expensive, aren't they? It's insane. When you're in the UK, didn't expect you allowed to drink outside on the street. You can't anymore for the most part. You can only have them in beer gardens, which are little sections outside. So you can't just take them out and about, but you basically can have them out and about. If you go up London, especially on like on a Wednesday, been quite bad. Well, I'd say it's been quite bad. A lot of people are having fun. As long as they're not disorderly, that's all right. But yeah, the amount of people day drinking on like Wednesdays is insane in London. That is crazy. But I guess middle of the work week. So what else are you going to do? Not working. As Wednesday is my day off every single week, which is good to set. Good to set a U day outside of work, outside of anything else. And that's Wednesday for me. So if you see a comment responded to on a Wednesday, that's a special comment. But yeah, in beer gardens you can. So out on the street, you can't drink alcohol and you can't drink from a can either. Even if it's a Diet Pepsi or, Fanta, can't drink it from a can. I found that out. That was past like, I want to say a decade ago now. That was a while ago, that one. But they passed cans before they passed alcohol, I'd like to point out. Most cities filled with drinkers. Yeah, you can't even hold a beer leaving the bar unless it's sealed. Crazy. I think they're doing a similar thing with smoking as well. No smoking in public, full stop. Which is nice. It does encourage people to give it up. Doesn't make it any easier. But it's got to help somewhat, right? All right. There's our frame for the back of the wing, which we kind of wanted we did want something to fold up at the top, didn't we? So we don't want this tile unless it's on a 1x1 that can fold up. So if this went on here, you know what? Kind of helped out. That's going to be there. No, that's too close. That snot brick is right in the way. We can't be having that. We need something that can fold up. So maybe we pivot it about the front. We have one of these at the front. And then where would that be? That would be, hold on, that doesn't seem right. Why is the 8 cover? It's like 10. Oh wait, it's 10 studs to here. That goes in a bit more. So that is right. And then we'd be able to fold this up, stick this in, fold that back down. We'll need a 1x1 on the top of that. But other than that, that is perfect. We've smashed that. Smash that second try. That's always good. Arndale Shopping Centre in Manchester. Up to the train station. They have a drinker every 10 metres. lot of people, I think it's a social thing as well. It's not the aspect of drinking, especially in London, Manchester. It's the fact that people like to go out, meet others, catch up, have a chat. And most bars don't let you sit down unless you have some sort of drink. And most people don't drink water. I love a glass of water, a nice refreshing glass of water. Nothing, there's a milkshake. Milkshake's better than that for me, but there's not much else better than it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might leave the bottom one free though. So if we rock some 8s on there, that will connect up the front side. And if we can find, what are we looking for this side? Because we're looking for 6s now. Now that we've sorted that out in the middle, we've got a 3x6. Oh, that 3x6 is annoying. I suppose with these 1x8s, we'd be able to get a 1x6 in between. 3x6. And then oh, and that one as well. Okay, this is going to be awkward. Trying to patch this in. That's a 3x3 and a 4x3. That doesn't work. The 2x6 is necessary. The 1x6, I think we're going to have to push with. And let's get this 1x8 up the middle. Run this through the back where we've got enough space for, and we might as well add one to the front whilst we're here. Otherwise, I'm definitely going to forget it. Already forgot about that 1x2. Or 1x2. Yes, we've got the 3. That can go down. Oh, and then we'd need, if we can find a 1x3, we'd need, this really throws a spanner in the works here, doesn't it? I might swap this out for, I mean, a 3x whatever that is, a 3x9. A 3x9 doesn't exist, but a 3x3 does, and we can get the 2, the 1 across there. Let's see what that looks like first, and how solid that is. That's the big thing. How solid is this going to be? Because this top fin isn't going to be able to hold up the ship, but it is going to be the point of contact that most people make. You're going to hold the top as well as the bottom. I'm just going to pop off with the jumper attachment, but if we can get it to look good, maybe we can excuse a bit of the fragility of the model. Yeah, it would have been really cool to have got that pattern with the 3s, but it just sets it off on the wrong course. And if we then have a 1x3, if we manage to fit that down here, we'd then have to figure out something up top. And we got 2 points of connection for a 6x12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A 6x12. Oh, I've got a whole box of them here. Any 6x12s on the top by any chance? Oh, look at that. Look at that 6x12 on the top. Beautiful. This is a 6x10, isn't it? Almost got lucky. These all 6x10s. That's it. That's the one 6x12 I've got in my entire collection. And we'll have to part out the other one. Oh, hold on. I do have another one of those. That's a more appealing piece, I'd say. Get the studs around the outside. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That is it. In fact, I might even try and get some tiles in the middle here. That 1x6 we were talking about might be a tile. That 2x6, I'm pushing it, asking for a 2x6 tile. That 2x6 is going to be a plate. I have been using so many 2x6s in dark bluish grey. Now, I'm not liking this bit at the front. What do we have going down? We have these, don't we? Yeah, there's no chance we can get any connection on the outside. So we'll need, I think we'll need a 1x6 plate because we need to add some studs. Maybe a 2x4, that shouldn't be asking too much. Shouldn't be. Oh, yes. A 2x4 we're looking for. We don't need that. Definitely need that. Maybe. Maybe. And then perhaps another little tile or ingot to solidify the front. If we've got something running this side, we could do with a partner piece at the back. And then I don't think we need many tiles on this thing. Depends how many 2x4s we have in here. Got another drawer that should have a few more of the chunkier tiles. We'll see. We will see. Oh look, so many corner tiles. Lovely. One at the bottom. Okay, that's not bad. We need a bit of reinforcing on the back. That'll be over the stud. Oh, I like the fact that that's central. Yep, okay. Now, if you tap the middle of it, it doesn't fall through whatsoever. That is still perfectly on, which is what we wanted. A little something on the middle wouldn't go amiss. We'll keep this back area free. That spot for another minifigure, if you ask me. We just need to cover up the front. So this is going here, and this is going to be the cap. So we should have some sort of slope pushing this thing down. Let me get some of the 2x2s just to angle it in. We can rock these just behind. Oh, we can't fit them there. So we'll rock these just there. And I think, yeah, that will catch him. And on the front side, we have two gap bits, don't we? One at the top. Oh, okay. So we're going to need two 1x1s. Two 1x1s level out this snot brick with a stud. And that's where the little gap forms. We'll have... Oh, how am I going to go about adding them in there if there's no stud space for the snot brick? We could tell this off. It'd be level there. This is awkward. This is... You know what we could do? We got a brick. No, because we can't fit 3 plates. Oh, no. We could fit one of these on their side. So there's a few studs out forward. And just include... I'm going to get a 2x2 in there and then get some sort of panels or maybe. Just found a Lego piece you've been searching for hours. Congratulations. There is honestly, right now, no better feeling. No better feeling than finding a piece you have been searching and searching for. That's me with these tiles. I've been looking for some of them all day. And look, I've come across 1, 2, 3. I got the other tub out earlier, which is how I know there's so many 2x4s in it. And suddenly there's like a million of them. I got so many, I don't know what to do with them all. That is a good feeling. All right, 2x4s though. Speaking of, let's get some more of those. Where did I put the 2x6s? Oh, on the keyboard. That's where they are. So 2x4. Up a little. What was it? Pointing downwards? Yeah. Because we've got the studs on this one. We need a brick and a 1x2 in there. So we can put these ones away. Where did the 1x2s? There. The 1x2s. We don't need any of these. Oh, we did rework this. We do need another 3x3. All right. Yeah, that little gap between the plates is not playing well, but I like the lights that we've got up the front. Oh, well, I did like the lights. What's happened? Oh, there we go. I like the lights that we've got up the front. They're spread ever so slightly. They're a bit more prominent than if it was just a single stud. Sometimes some Lego builds, where they add this little Easter egg, they get lost within the other displays and the other tiles and plates. Just felt like ordering. Yes, exactly. Exactly. If Brick Owl somehow had Like, say you had a neighbor that had a brick house shop or any sort of Lego store, that would be the best and the worst, because you could just order with like instant delivery, but you bet that minute it takes them to drop it off to your house, you will find the piece that you're looking for. It's a builder's curse at that point. Whee! Make sure that's secured up. Nice. We might need a little latch for this, so let's get a bar at the front. We'll connect instead of that 1x1, and that gives us somewhere to grab. Otherwise, with my fingers, it might be a bit awkward. Also, there's no spinning space. We didn't even think about that. We need that extra space at the bottom. There we go. And that will be held together once this panel's on. Just need to sort out that bottom piece. Already got 2 of our 1x1s back. Not many pieces on this build. This part of the build, at least. The other part of the build, oof, nothing but pieces, if I remember the Rho-Class shuttle building that. Quite a part intensive, especially on the engines. That was the biggest struggle. The engines are so part intensive. Oh yes. Open it up, load it in. I'm going to use this to press down these tiles without any of the plates sinking through, because now they're in the solid, but without it, they might have needed a bit of persuasion. We need a brick down here. Maybe instead of 2x plates, we get some 1x2 plates. And that gives us a nice gap. And then I think we're ready to put, oh, we need the brick. That's the other thing we need. We need a brick, and we also need one of those 2x2 corners to go on top to mirror that. All right, 1 brick, and I think that's the quickest we've ever built something on a stream. Don't worry, there's plenty more to build. That's not bad, is it? Oh, you know what I could build? There is a build on Rebrickable, a free build, so I would be able to get up the instructions. There is a free build of a UT-AT that I've been wanting to put together for a while. I've just needed the excuse to do it. And if we've got time, you know, I don't wanna stress it, but if we've got just a little bit of time to put together maybe like a little UT-AT. It's not a big one. It's a nice it's a nice battle pack size, I think, which is why I want to build it. It would make an awesome battle pack. And now that I've got enough of the Marines, I need a little battle pack build to create a little Mygito mock. We need a Mygito mock, and I wouldn't mind a little Felucia build as well. But I'm still not convinced I should be picking up that MTT. Just need Ayla. that's the fig that I really want from it, an Ayla Secura minifigure. Maybe Ayla will be in the magazine at some point. Is that wishful thinking? Okay. A very noisy drawer. Won't be going in there again. All right, that's everything right except for that brick. Let's not forget that brick. I wonder how hard it would be to create a custom Ayla Secura. When you think about it, the Leku we've already done for some other city figures, so that's not going to be too hard. We can create a custom Leku, and then Ayla Secura's got that thing that all the Jedi have over the hip. I forget what it's called. It's it's that bit of cloth that hangs down from the hip. It's got a name, and I can't remember it. That's the hardest part, I think. I need some of your Lego aliens. They make everything better. Oh, those classic Alien Conquest aliens. Do love those. All right, there we have the fin. This better look good. It better look good. We could do with a connection. There is a weak point here. The rest of the wing is cool. There is a weak point right in the corner, which show you how the mechanism works of stacking this in. All right, that seems to work nice. Yeah, is covered. Oh, but a bar is a plate thick. A bar is a plate thick, and we currently have 2.5 plates. Ah, no, there's not enough space for a button, is there? Well, I only got one button. Probably grab two. But one of these buttons, we wouldn't even need all connections on this plate. We could do like 3 on the bottom and then 1 on this. Oh, one further down. Nope, too far. All right. I feel confident popping this off now. And this one. Something like that. That would stop it pressing in. That would stop it being so weak. But as it comes down, it bumps on it, so it could get stuck. What we need here, and it's a technique that so many Lego sets need, what we need here, hello there, Django and Boba, is a base plate. A base plate, and would need to, you remember the old Technic sets that have like the tubes? The Star Wars Home 1 had the Technic tube that's like half the length. Some of the old Technic tubes gave you a full tube and told you to cut it in half because you could fit a Technic pin in it. We need a little 2 brick wired Lego base plate to run up the side here. And that is smaller than a plate. It's so much thinner than a plate. It's about half a plate, I think. And we just need a little strip to go up there. But what's as small as a Lego base plate? I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. Yes. Oh, this is going to work perfectly. I hope it will. There's even a better piece for it. Does this fit though? Where do you need to go? You need that much space. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a very close one. What I'm thinking, this is going to be pushed to the front, right? Right. It's going to be pushed pretty much to the front, I think. How far? Yeah, it's 1.5. Perfect. Brackets. Brackets are the exact same as a base plate. So this bracket is our 2x4 base plate, and it's got that little bit at the end that we can hide somewhere at the back. The problem's going to be when we have 2 of these. Oh wait, it sticks out a bit, doesn't it? Are we going to be able to fit you legally under there? Probably not. Let me get the opposite the opposite bracket with the studs hanging out in the top, because that's still not too big. But what we'll have to do is include one this side, which should stop it popping. All right, hold on. Is that going to be... Oh, we only have a brick. We only have a brick and they're too wide. I thought we cracked it. We didn't crack it. We still need to be thinking, what's base plate thick and can fit in here? Oh, that's... Oh, any other base plate thick pieces that might fit? I've got one in mind, but I am open to suggestions, because we could have something running up the right-hand side. This pretty much clears it. And what I'll do is these back pieces, I'll move across to those sort of studs so that they really push them inwards as far as we can get, which is just up and across. So these 2x2 slopes are in the tube system of the plate rather than the actual system. They're half out of system. Well, I guess they're a bit more than half because they're half in both directions. But then if this secret element was to go on the underside, would this support it and stop it from pressing in? Yes, it would, because it pulls them both together. Perfect. All right, the element that I was thinking of is a hinge. A hinge also has a base plate like side to it, and then it's got that extra one little bit sticking out. We wouldn't be able to put these both together. This would have to be 2 studs out, but I think it should do the same thing. So let's whack this together and give it a go. See what it's got then. Don't forget about this on the inside. Oh, it's not looking good. That's not looking good. I will say that is not looking good at all, but one way to find out. All right, that works. That works on the middle. The weak point is, oh, there's a weak point at the top. I guess not when we have this shut. The weak point disappears when it's closed, but there is a weak point at the start. We've got the two gaps up the front. As you can see as it's flying, the red in the bottom. This one could have been a little lower. I don't think this is going to work. Get that open, slide this in. I think it gets caught on those 2x2 elements. Yep, it's getting caught on this one, which is the top one. Oh, it was so close though. Imagine if that worked. Oh, all right, back to the drawing board. Any Technic pieces that would float in there, or any... See, the buttons, I think, might get away with it, because if we put those, if we stagger those like we've staggered these or a bit more, then they're like the same. They'll only push, whereas these have the two holes. They've got bigger holes on the side in there, and that's where the flick fire missiles are falling into. So if we swap them for a button that is smooth on the bottom, it comes out twice as far, but it is perfectly smooth on the bottom. Maybe, just maybe, that will fix the issue and hopefully present us with a new one, if anything. Yep, okay, the weak point has gone. How modular is this? You can't, oh, because we've got the 1x8s, you can't pop this off at all, which is nice. You can pop it open. Now it's time for the test. It feels like you're pushing it in. So let's, oh yeah, it's not coming out of there. It's stuck in there real good. And if we pop this open, I bet it's stuck between the buttons. No, it's actually stuck on the button. Yeah, it was stuck on the button. I suppose that's another issue that we've got to account for. All right, just to double check, it does work with that weak point, doesn't it? Which does suck that it has a weak point, but oh, does it work? We could use a Technic brick up here. That would have the two studs and the two stud connection, but the one stud on the side. Do you work? You seem to work, but we haven't actually connected you on yet. Oh, this looks so good. All right. There's a nice big old wing. And if we fire, give it a little reset, seems to work. Where did the first one go? Oh, it went in, I don't remember the planet name. The one from The Mandalorian, that little display. It went in there, and then we could get a little tile or something up in there. I like the cleanliness of the wing though. And then, just like Connect 4, to reset it, you can pop the whole wing off and then reset it and put it back in. Just the two of them. 1, 2, pop you back in. Oh, one of them got caught on the way. Popped off the end of it. Which one? Were you the first one? Yeah, thought as much. First one popped off. Is that going to be a problem? Yes, it is. That is going to be a problem. You're falling way too quick. Is it when you hit this? Are you knocking it off that? So we could add a stud to it. Oh, trying to throw this in there now. Yeah, it is. And it pops off when it touches down. So rubber elements then. What rubber elements could slow it on its descent? Or what friction-based elements? Because that is a brick. That is a brick. Oh, maybe that pressure point that we've got, maybe that's a good thing. Because if you put this in, it will fire it out. If you put it in and pinch it as it goes down, it does it slowly. We've turned our problem into a solution. And there we have our top fin for the Rho-Class shuttle. So as it goes down, you need to keep pinching, and that will slow the descent. That's handy, that. That is very handy. One more thing, I said that a few bricks ago. I forgot the slope for the underside there. And let's grab that from our slopes, which are behind me. And that'll just be a 1x2 inverted slope brick. Nothing too special about that. It's to fill a gap on the back that we left. And yeah, we don't need a cheese slope on that. That looks good as it is. That looks clean. And I love the 1x8 that comes down the back that sits almost perfectly flush with. There is the tiniest gap there. The tiniest. You can't even see it on the camera. It looks flat because it basically is flat. And the same goes for the top as well. One's actually got a bit bigger of a distance. Let's fix that by leveling it out. And then we get left with a little gap. Wait, that means it's 9 studs at the top. We could add a 1x1 on this side. That would work. Never go wrong with a cheese. And then, oh, not only a 1x1, this is a bit fragile right now, an inverted slope, a 1x2, an inverted 1x2. Oh, 1x1 tile on top. Top pins. Love it. So that will support the tile with the holy stud. Makes it pretty secure, actually. And a 1x1. That'll do the trick. Because that also stops it when you're pressing down. So you've got this to pull it up. When you're pressing down, it will stop it flying off the brick. Because as you press down into the tile, the slope is pressing into the brick, getting the brick to turn. The thing with streaming is I get to show you exactly what's happening. So we have it up, and as you press it, you see it slowly bend. So it's straight on at the minute, and then it slowly bends a little bit into the brick as it turns around. And look at all the missiles we can have on top of what we already have. I think the issue was with the space at the bottom, wasn't it? How much space we had to fire these missiles out. We didn't have as much as we hoped for. So we can't use up all that space. But we can put this back on the model now and have it looking like the Rho-Class. So let's fix this up, and I'll see if I can find the next ship set. It's a good one. It is a good one, if I say so myself. It's not my model. Again, I'm trying to find if I've got it bookmarked anywhere, because I think I do. But it's a almost like a MIDI scale UT-AT. Which I think I'm saying that right. UT-AT is the one is the turbo tank, the Juggernaut. That's the one I'm talking about. This is harder to put on than it was to take off. Although we did take it off with ease, did we? We got there in the end. There we are. Make sure that's locked in place. Oh, God. And how do the wings look when it's... Ooh, we might have made this a little too tall. We might have made this a little too tall. It's massive. Oh, crikey. It is massive. But it kind of works. I feel like the wings on the side might need to be extended, or we shrink the lot down. To be fair, it's not as big as you think. It's not as, like, comparatively, not as big as you think. The top wing is meant to be taller, but the side wings are meant to go up to this marker here. These are 3 studs too short. Actually, it's meant to go slightly over. These are more than 3 studs too short. But how So this from slope to front is the same as slope to front, which we've got a bigger slope here. So maybe we go from the second slope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, did I miss the actual stud layer? I counted the stud layer of that. So I think they're both 15, 6, 12, no, 15 and 14. 15 and 14, yeah. Because we do have an extra one in there. So this is actually not terrible. We've got the 3 at the front there, missing the red, but we've also got the 3 at the front there. And then is it this part of the wing that is a bit too small? Or I tell you what it is, it's the body. It's because we've got the missiles, they need to see over the cockpit, whereas really the cockpit should end about there. So we've got an extra few studs on the top. What we could do is extend these by the extra 3 plates needed. Yeah, that'd be a 4 by, we could go 6. We could go 6 plates. See what that looks like. Because at the minute, yeah, they need to finish a little bit higher. And I think they might need to move a little bit forward as well. Can we get a side angle of that? We get a side view of what the wings look like at the back. Because these are completely flat. And I just don't feel like that's the case. Here it is, Rho-Class Transport. Maybe there's a slight taper on the back end that we're just not getting here. That's what I think it is. It's a tiny taper on the back end. But what I'm thinking of doing is swapping this? Yeah, swapping this. Or we could even swap it around like that. I think that'll do. Switching that 2x4 around. I said 4. We want a grey end, don't we? We don't want to finish on a dark bluish grey. We want a nice light bluish grey up there. We want a 4x6. And those 2 elements that we didn't end up using. Oh, wait, there's some 6s without the studs. Should we match the top fin? Get some of these ones in there. And we'll have it like that. We'll have it like that. Like that. This is the right wing. Oh, these wings are way too big. Are they? Are they over twice the height of the cockpit? And the cockpit, oh wow, the cockpit is the full Lego ruler. The cockpit is the full Lego ruler off the ground. No, it's a plate shorter. It's a plate shorter. And then what? We don't think they're much taller than that, which is where the wings were originally. Now, is that true? Oh, I can ruler to the monitor and tell you it's up to this light blue to the cockpit, and the wings are actually just below that. So the wings were right at the start. We've built our top fin a little bit too big, a little bit too big. All right, it might be the plates at the bottom. It might just be the plates at the bottom that are making it out to be a little, that is right. Oh wait, did I include the landing gear? No, it's blue. It's blue with the landing gear, but then that's still green. So that doesn't, yeah, if anything, the wings should be up to like this one. So maybe that's not right. How wide are the wings? From that second slope, they're blue as well. So from here, they are about up to here. I think it's easier if we lower our top bit then and reduce it by about a brick. We could knock the big one down. Let's have a look. We'll keep these standby. If in doubt, you can always make the wings bigger. That's the good thing about any Lego model. But we've got these 3 studs here, which we could, couldn't we? Oh, that's going to be a hard one to knock down. We could give it a go, knocking these down. Knock them down a peg. Oh, that would be slightly out of it. We just removed the brick. Now, wait. How can we still get the brick in? Oh, because we haven't removed them on the back end. We're not actually making any difference there. We were just replacing the pieces that were already there. Oh yeah, so you can go. Should have kept that 1x2 on the base. And most of this will be able to be kept. The hardest point will be this out here, but we can always mix that around. All right, you work. You've got the 1x2. Oh, this is a step in the right direction, isn't it? And this is 6 and a 3. I also don't know. Oh yeah, we're removing that 3. We can remove the top part of this if we need to, but I think that is how Tool will want it. So we go straight back in here. Now that is an angle, but also that is an angle that we will be needing this to cover. So these will go in. That first one goes in, and I think this will go in even further, right? Yeah. So we don't need... Oh, we might need that. We might need a 3x3 or something. If that's going down there, we'll need a 3x3 here and a 4x3. What's up with a 4x3? Oh, do I have light blue? I do, don't I? How many? Oh, beautiful. I think that's 5 off the top. Fits with our theme quite nicely, I have to say. It does fit with our theme. We're going to need longer than a 1x8 if we keep this up. Or we could have, because it's only one of these, isn't it? One of these and a 2x6, which we've just taken out. So we could have like a 1x4 and then some sort of, you're going up here. What sort of corner plates do we have for that? Oh, we could fit a cheese slope. We could fit a cheese slope down here. We can totally fit a cheese slope. And we'd want it pointing outwards. We wouldn't want it pointing inwards because we want it to be more or less flat, but give the space for that tile on top. Oh, yes, we fit a cheese slope. Yes. All right. Maybe a cheese slope down here as well. Is that something we can do with a studs on every side brick? That would give us a little rest for this piece back here is what I'm thinking. Swap you out, and you're not one that moves, so we're not too worried about you. Could get a little snot brick in the bottom, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully we're not blocking any of this in. Get a few studs on the back. Make sure that ain't popping off forever. That is not coming off. Oh, ever. Yeah, I said it. Ever. And hopefully that's true about the stud on the top. So it's a bit more complicated than we had originally, but it works. It'll work. And if we can shift this over, that's it. That's the connection. We shift this over and that studs in. That should be held by the plates on the other side, which, if I remember correctly, are a 3x3 to match the angle, a 4x3 that's, crikey, that is held in there strong, a 6 with 2 studs. This one's a bit more fragile. But fear not, we can still ride the wall. We can't ride the 1x whatever, because we've got a snot brick in there now. Well, we can still just cover it up and, hope for the best. Get another snot brick in there. Yes, to the rescue. Oh, you don't fit. All right, we'll put you on the side a little bit. We'll have you like poking in the back. checking up on them, making sure everything's good, and totally forgetting about those angled pieces that we want to fit in. I did, didn't I? Totally forgot which they go. Oh, they go right here. So we get those in. Oh, wait, there's no room on top. Oh, no. Ooh. We need this to go. Oh. What, like that? Oh, you need to go in a bit more. A little bit more. Maybe upside down will work. Just maybe. I think this may be pushing it. Just maybe. One way to find out. Let's give it a test. And then see how secure this whole thing is as well. We've still got the plate on the front, carrying most of the weight. And more importantly than security, let's say that in front of Palpatine, does it still fit? It's, oh, yes, it looks like it still fit it. That looks like it's going to work. Just because it looks like it is going to work doesn't mean it will. Not with Lego. So let's see, will it fit? Will it fit? Yes, it does fit. And hey, it still fires. And the wings are looking much better. They still look like they could do a little bit more, which is crazy because this distance, I swear that distance was the same as the distance here. That puts it down to like here. And then the slope would be coming out like here. There's something not, I mean, to be fair, you know what's not adding up? The fact that we're trying to size up a Clone Wars ship and make a real model of it. Sometimes the visual distances don't add up. I think this is pretty cool though. We've got the outside wings going to the height of that middle bit. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're not. We could also add a little slope on the top here if we really wanted to. We have those wing extensions that we spoke about. Oh, I've just dropped a miss. I've just dropped a torpedo. Oh dear, just bombed the studio. Let's not do that. I forget that those bits open. We got to be careful with this model. But I think that's a success. That is a really nice looking model. You can still open the top just as easy as that. Get the missiles back in. If I can find the other one. You go over here? Yeah, you did. Right next to the dewback. And then do we still have the same pressure points as, yeah, that will hold it in. You go down, you've actually locked in place now. And what if we open it? What if we were to open it, leave it hanging? I have to say, it's doing well. It looks good. It looks good. It's in there secure. I wouldn't pick up the model by the wing. No. No way can you pick up the model by the wing. You can... That's my hand. That's being held just by the wing. That... 4 studs. Let me pop it off so you can see. 4 studs. I haven't glued it. This is not a trick of the trade. 4 studs are holding this thing down. It's got more security in the wing than it does its feet. How is that possible? 4 studs of connection, yet it holds up the entire model. There is no... Oh, the further away from the desk, the scarier it gets, let me tell you that. But there is no other like connection. There's no... Can I hold it from the top? I don't think I can hold it from this piece. There you go. I can hold it from the top as well. 4 studs is crazy for a Lego set. I mean, this isn't a set. This is a little mock piece of the set, but it's still Lego bricks. 4 studs can hold that up. What? Why would you even need that clutch power? No wonder we're having problems with Boba Fett. Speaking of tomorrow's stream, I am going to be working on Boba Fett Live. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan tomorrow. Well, I mean, either way, I'm going to be working on Boba Fett Live. We might just be building a little bit as well if it don't go to plan. But yes, Boba Fett Live tomorrow. and hopefully we can get a few more streams. So any questions you have about the Boba Fett project, have a little think tonight, and in tomorrow's stream, feel free to hop in, ask away. I'll be answering all of them to the best of my ability, and hopefully we can learn a few things together, because that is why I am streaming it. I would also be painting up Summer Boba, getting that base ready. So that's going to be a really fun stream. Oh, I forgot the 1x2s. Oh, no. And the display bases. Oh, no. And all the other pieces that we've still got out from the other stream. I don't even remember using half of these. Might have been from me sorting. So, I said that there was a model. As we finish this halfway, I thought we were actually going to spend the entire stream on this, you know, and I still didn't think we'd get it done. It's these little things that take so long. Let's see if I saved it on Rebrickable. Whoa, confetti, 15 years of Rebrickable. Happy birthday. Cheers. I'll drink to that. So, where do I even find my saved mocks? Where do I find ones that I've liked, and yeah, where do I find that? I've never looked for that on Rebrickable. Maybe there's not a way you can find it. I'd assume like mock saved mocks, or or like liked mocks, or something like that. Saved sets, you know, but there's no interface for that. So I just have to find a UT-AT. Oh, there's so many UT-ATs. I bet if I had a dash, it gets rid of half of them. It does 38 now. 38 compared to how many before? Over 1,000. It doesn't tell me. It just says over 1,000. Fair enough. That saves it loading forever. Trying to figure out how many. Which one now was the one that I saw and liked the look of? I have a feeling it was you, but I also have no idea. Oh, I tell you what. It's this one. It's this one. Yes. Okay, I found the one. Let me get it up on the internet. So I found this really good, and it's like a microfighter UT-AT. Oh, there's the confetti. It's a microfighter UT-AT by Revans Brick Corner. I can't open. Why can't I open the image? Oh, I can't open the image on mine anyway. All right, let's open a new tab. It's a microfighter. I think it's more of a battle pack UT-AT. Lego have made a buildable, like a 120-pound-ish UT-AT, and never put it out. So I don't think we'll be getting a UT-AT anytime soon. And if we did, it would be missing the third fin. But I'm going to keep this on the desk. It's a really nice model. But this, I think, is perfect for a battle pack. We get this. We get a smaller Tri-Droid, because we've got the big Tri-Droid. I think we can get a smaller Tri-Droid. Maybe either one from the 212 battle pack. And then maybe a little turret. A little turret to go alongside it. And I'm thinking more so a 25-pound battle pack. Maybe we get a big Tri-Droid, honestly. That would work. Then we get the clone vehicle. I'm interested in how the bottom works. I haven't looked at this, so I'm hoping I've got all the parts. That is some of the fun of mock building, isn't it? Making sure I'm human. What if I'm not? What if I'm not human? What if I am what if I'm a recording? A very smart one. I know you so well that I've managed to predict everyone that will be here and everything everyone will say in chat. What if that's the case? Here we go. Revans Brick Corner, I think, were the peeps that made this. Recommended music. That's good. That is good. Ooh, we got a 5x8 base plate. Okay, the reason I really like this UT-AT is I like the smaller set. So the turbo tank was a bit too pricey. I love the microfighters, actually. I do really like the microfighters as well. So I have a thing for smaller ships. But this captures the detail of the UT-AT. I think the front could be worked on a little bit, but it does capture the detail of the UT-AT in its small size. Like the front pointy bits, we'll modify those. The rest of it, I think it's cool. And you can even fit another clone trooper in the back. That is how good this is. You could modify it to fit, a few clone troopers. I think if you push it too far, it then starts looking like a clone trooper. Clone trooper with a bunch of skis. As long as you're careful with how many you're at, it should be all right. White. Why white? Why not a third light bluish grey, huh? What about light bluish grey? There you go. They're not watching. They're not going to know. They're definitely going to know. Every time someone builds your mock, not how it was intended, little bat signal appears. White again. All right, I'll listen to this one. I don't know why the back of this, unless white. I didn't read it. Is white any color? After the Galactic Marine figures released in 2025, they ended up getting another turbo tank instead of the. Oh yeah. We ended up getting a turbo tank instead of the expected UT-AT set. Revans Brick Corner felt like they had to build their own mock, made on a small scale, but took quite a long journey before it was finally ready to be published. And they especially love microfighters. Microfighters are amazing. Originally built the model last year, but lost all the files related to it. Been there, done that. I recently lost a ton of footage that I haven't deleted it. That's a good thing. I have deleted many a footage, but I can't find the folder that they're in. Using a few old screenshots on a part list, they managed to recreate it so they can finally share it with others. And it's their first mock. What? Wow, when did this? May 14th. Okay, you know what? For a first mock, this is good. This is good. Only the front. Wow, that back is solid. I wonder how they connect the skis and if there's anything different that I would do. That'll be interesting to find out now. First mock. Good mock. 1x2s in dark red. So this is an important color. That one's got to be important. Or what they had laying around. You know, maybe this is the case. I wonder if this could be built using any sets. If there is a set that has this amount of pieces. Because I'm thinking ATTE at the minute. The 2x3s, it's like 50-50, hit or miss. But everything else we've definitely had in an ATTE. Maybe that's for a seat. And this is the back of it. Maybe. We're beefing this out. This is quite a wide vehicle. But then again, the UT-AT is quite, like, it's the ATTE has the legs going outside, so it dwarfs it a little bit. Whereas the UT-AT, what does UT-AT stand for? I've never searched that. It has all of the legs underneath, and they look like skis, so that works well. The Unstable Terrain Artillery Transport. Transports the artillery. It's nicknamed the Trident, so I'm going to start calling it the Trident from now on. Much easier to say than unstable, whatever it was. I've already forgotten it. Unstable UT-AT. Unstable Terrain Utility Transport. No. Artillery. UT-AT. Not Utility Transport. We got so close, but yet so far. The UT-AT. The Trident. And a microfighter. If we got the Galactic Marines in a magazine in the UK, but if we got them in a poly bag or a microfighter even, I feel like the clone shock trooper doesn't belong. The Coruscant Guard doesn't belong in a microfighter. It's an all right build. I did like the mech. We built it. What we made 3 mocks with it. And then we ended up, I tell you what, it kind of would work, but it's still battle pack conditions. Like, if you don't have multiple, it wouldn't work as a microfighter. But I'm down for getting Microfighters in battle pack. This would make a great battle pack. What other, like the old turbo tank would make a great battle pack. The gunship, we got a Microfighter gunship in a battle pack. This is pulling off that UT-AT Mouldie battle pack. And I'd love to see Bakara, our custom Bakara, not the Lego one. The Lego one wouldn't be a great battle pack figure, but our custom Bakara would be such a good battle pack figure. The amount of heavy, shiny clones. Bakara doesn't have a hip bag, does he? I'm going to print so many of them. So many of them. What's next? Ooh, this is the back for the grill. Gotta be. It's gotta be the back. But then it sloped off. But then so's the... what? What? This doesn't look like the back. Now it looks like the back. Now it doesn't. Now it does. All right. Where are these slopes? How many do I have at my disposal? And are they the sharp cornered ones? Or are they the 45-degree cut ones? Because I always have the ones that I don't need of those. Oh, that one's definitely not it. All right. Wait a second. More grills. More grills in a different color. I've noted that. But this time it does actually matter if they are the same color or not. Because they're on the top, they're on the outside. So the back end makes sense for gray. Top end, dark gray. We'll see if we use any light bluish gray. But for now it makes sense. Well, they're the 45-degree cut ones because of the corners. So could we have dropped this down a plate? Or if you don't have the corners, which I think they're the ones I do actually have, what you could do is, I'll put that one too far over again. Slide this over, have another 1x2 on the other side, and use a cheese slope potentially with a single plate underneath. I'd opt to not go with that single plate though. And yeah, these are the ones that I do have. Just raw dog the cheese slope at the bottom. Oh, there you go. You could have a 2x2, not a 1x2. Have a 2x2 instead. Do we need another one of these? Nah, of course not. Why would we need another one of those? I've noticed a crime. I have noticed. Hello there, Organic Cat. Welcome. I've noticed that Revans Brick Corner? Revans Brick's Corner? Revans Brick Corner has made a terrible mistake with step number 20. Because step number 20 includes the famous 2x2 seat element in light bluish grey. The one that Lego keep covering up. This one. This 2x2, 2 studs. Except for the fact that they've put it the side of the the clone trooper's feet. I didn't say stormtrooper. I was looking at the ship we've just put together. This guy's a stormtrooper. The clone trooper's feet. You're meant to put them at the bum, not the feet. We don't want them at the feet. We want them at the bum. Studs for the bum and holes for the feet. That's how it should be. We'll let them go for now, but I'm watching them. I'm watching them. They drop a second mock and they have studs at the feet. Nothing will happen, but you know, it might. It might. There might be trouble. Lego might come knocking. Oh, we've just used all these corners, haven't we? I forgot about that. Well, we don't seem to have... Oh, wait, no, there's the tower. There's the tower that I found when we were building the other day, and I found a tower of light bluish grey. That's the tower. I thought I was going crazy because even after the stream I couldn't find it. It had slipped up, so it was in the middle of 2x4s, which it shares a drawer with. It had slipped up into its 2x4 neighbours, and I wasn't going crazy. It was there. Right, you're seeing this. This is here. This is actually here. I'm not making this up, I promise. I can see it too. I think I can see it. 1, 2, 6, 3, 4. Let's not need any more of those. Let's just put these away and cross our fingers and toes. We're going to go mold marking inwards. thought these were the old grey, which has its uses. And then mould marking to the back, I think, here. That's the trooper actually doesn't need arm space because they've got the 3 studs. I love this for a microfighter. We need more microfighters built on an odd width. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. 1 buys on the edge and the studs in the middle for the frying pans. Okay, I could see that coming. We've seen this mock from the outside. We know a little what it looks like. I think that's something as well. For a microfighter to have this weaponry, normally they just forget about it and they're like, oh, well, you know, we could include the weapons or we could just skip over it. It's impressive how many weapons they've got in such a small space. Where are my 1x1 plates? Are you in here? No. Are you in here? Yes. What have we got? 4? Nearly said 6. 4 turrets on the back. And then there's 1. I thought there was 1 in the middle here. Maybe I'm thinking of the one ahead of the clone that the clone sits behind. Or maybe there is going to be a little surprise cannon right at the end. Locks between it. I wonder if, when we rebuilt the V19 microfighter, because again, I love microfighters, something about them that draws us in. We added the clone's pistol as the rear weapon, which I think the rear weapon was one of Django's blasters, one of those pneumatic L-bars. We managed to add the actual pistol onto the microfighter as the weapon, which hides it quite well, and then allows the trooper to carry it when they want off. I wonder if we can do that for the front one of this. The Marines just have regular blasters, as I remember. So we'd hide a regular blaster, maybe like a lightsaber bar at the end, and see if we can get that onto the front of this tank. Oh, look at that. They're the side weapons. I know those a mile off. And they have the pointy things. And hilts, was it? What do we have? Do we have any of the big hilts? That would be awesome for this. Any of the... We've got some in grey. I think these are all black. Yes, yes. Oh, loads. Where have you come from? Why do I have so many? I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping for 2 and got about 1 million of them. And what are these ones? Dark red. Ouch. Don't have a lot of brown. And a lot of transparent red. But not a lot of dark red. Not a lot at all. Oh. That's a glow-in-the-dark bar, that. Any dark red at all, like a spare piece I may have had from a set still on display. Are you dark red? No, you're transparent red. We might have to go with studs and get some dark red studs on top instead of tiles, or UT-AT. Maybe we can need to be more studded pieces. I'm looking for cheese slopes or 1x1 square. I think we could do with just not adding anything. There is a little bit of dark red, but not enough for us to add anything bigger than a 1x1 rounded tile. So because we don't have any of the dark red ones, I don't even think we add black. Maybe grey. Now hold on, we could do grey, but then again we could swap out the actual turret pieces for a grey one. But they're definitely not grey on the side. They are black. It's just where they're next to dark bluish grey. It looks a bit confusing. I need a pick and mix scoop here to just... It wouldn't work as well. They'd go flying off in every direction. It'd be a little more satisfying. I'd have something to blame them rather than throwing these around the room myself, which I'm hoping to not do. One of the worst pieces you can lose, especially on wooden flooring. Carpet, they just drop and they stay there. Wooden flooring. These things would bounce for days. Not too bad when we've got a little technique going here. So I always build on the desk. Apart from Boba, who's built on the floor. But those pieces are always big enough to grab. Did I drop one on the mouse? Yes, I did. Hello there. Same as Warhammer bits. Oh, I can imagine how tiny they are. I did see that Star Wars Legion, which is basically Star Wars answer to Warhammer, is Star Wars answer to Warhammer. It's like Star Wars knockoff version of Warhammer. Is coming out with a few new Jedi. I think we're getting Windu. We're getting a Windu pack. I can't remember the other one. Windu and... Who would Windu be up against? Full time to re-release Vader or something. What everyone wants. Windu Vader rematch. When are we going to see that? Oh, that's on the wrong side. Yeah, it's quite nice seeing all the Legion stuff. I do paint. Do I have anything that I've painted? I paint a lot of Lego actually recently. I've been painting a ton of minifigures. And it's nice because when you paint minifigures, you can add, there's certain dual molded legs. What's an actual figure that I've, here we go. So for instance, these legs don't exist. These X-Wing legs don't exist with a black boot. So I'll like paint on a gray boot. I kind of, that's my extent. I do paint a bit more detail than boots. But I've started getting really into painting. Leia's got one of the Dreams coats. So I've painted a little signet on there. I'm getting quite good at painting lines. The most recent one that I painted that I'm really impressed with is Bakara. So this is a regular Phase 1 helmet that I painted those cheeks on Bakara and the little details on the top. I'm impressed with that. Like even with my shaky hands, sometimes you have a good day, and that was a good day. It's a custom because the headpiece pops off. That's just a regular Phase 1 clone helmet right there. But we added the, you might have seen, added the Bakara helmet. It goes on just, oh, there we go. Just like that. I was a bit too tall with it. Pretty sweet. This is the Bakara that I'd want in this battle pack. So maybe Bakara's even driving this one. And then we'd be able to take that piece off the helmet, take that cloth bit off, and we're left with a heavy clone trooper, a heavy shiny clone trooper, which we need more. We need more variants of clone troopers, I think. More, not particularly heavy, but more special classes, because we get so many different legions. And not a lot of, the 501st is in fact the only legion that's had every class in a battle pack. It's not too much to give one a backpack and a bag, one the visor. I guess Bly is the specialist in the 327th, and then like an officer as well, a viewfinder. They should come in every set. But I suppose Lego are trying to cut back on them. Hello there, Jan Katharan. Bakara with the #1 die. actually inking dice. Oh, snap, painting the numbers. Oh, nice. Yes, Bakara's got the 2 on his forehead. I don't know what that means. Those little 2 dots on the top left. That was crazy, wasn't it? That was the magazine game where Bakara just got the 1 every single turn. Oh, crazy. I guarantee if we were to roll it as well, I don't have a die with me, but say this die right here. If I were to roll this, do you think it's a hit or a miss? It's on its side. It doesn't really count. It's like on its, let me roll it in the middle here. Okay, it's a hit. It's a hit. It's maybe Bakara's luck has warmed up. But if it was a 6-sided die, it's always a 1. That's never going to change. That was so... Unlucky's not the word, is it? 2 dots must be a clone Bakara. No exceptions. 2, that's Bakara's dreams right there. Bakara dreams of getting a 2 on a die. One day, maybe. Was that a little Easter egg? I saw that little Easter egg, right? Of the clone troopers on the inside. Top right. All right, so that's enough sneaking. We'll get there eventually. Sneak peeking. Oh, I've used a ton of these. Apparently, I've still got more. And we're going to need more of the corner pieces as well. I'm going to guess you're going right there. A little interior on a microfighter. That is... See, I don't think of that thing either. I don't think of things like that. This is where I start to wonder what else we could do with all the pieces we've got. Instead of having these plates, perhaps we could work some sort of sloped angle. We got a few like Technic pieces over here, but we don't really have. Looking at some of my other models as well for inspiration, something to pop in the middle, maybe clip and bar. Maybe a clip and bar. Let's get those angled wedges, those angled slopes. There's one that we don't need. There's one that we do. That gives me hope. That means there should be another in here. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look at this. We've got them all. We could make multiple. How many UT-ATs do we need to take on the Separatists? The interior reminds you of the Death Star. Oh, yeah, the gift with purchase one with the throne room. That was a fun build. I say that like gift with purchases usually aren't. The gift with purchases have been fun so far. I'm pretty sure I built the... Yeah, I built the droid one because we compared it. The old... Oh, that one's way too big a slope. Whoa, I was not expecting that. That was a jump scare of a slope. We built the droid one, we built the clone one, we built the Death Star, which wasn't too long before that. The clone one was last year's gift with purchase. This year's... What was this year's gift with purchase? Lego Star Wars gift with purchase 2022? 2023 was the Death Star. 2022 was the Lars Homestead. We built that as well. 2021 was Tatooine. I did build that off stream. That was good. 2020 was the A-Wing TIE Interceptor. I built that as well. 2019, how many gift with purchases have I built then? 2019 was Hoth. I built that. I actually bought that at a Legoland for that one. 2018 was BB-8 by the looks. I didn't build BB-8. Were there any other promotions? 2018? Were there any other promotions? The Han Millennium Falcon and the Darth Vader Anniversary Pod. No, I didn't build that. Okay. So I didn't build any of those. I'm on 2014. No, 2024 was the droid. 2025 last year was the clones. And then this year was the Darksaber. The Darksaber. Yes, I did build that as well. Each interior of the Death Star was kind of unique when you built it in Lego. Yeah, there's been a few Death Stars now, hasn't there? Death Star, mainly Death Star 1. But wasn't there a Death Star 2? Or was that the gift with purchase that I'm thinking of? Darksaber we did build. So I've built every gift with purchase, every make and take since 2018. What? Well, I can't miss out next year's now, can I? Should make a list, like a tier list, rank them. Which one was my favorite? Which one did I like? Which one didn't I like? And why? Which one could have been a little bit better? And which one was, yeah, that is a good idea. If I had to tier them right now, Darksaber's it's such a good display, but I don't display much Lego. I get Funko Pops to display. I build Lego, I play with Lego, I break Lego, I build something else with Lego. So for that reason alone, Darksaber's bottom. Pretty good. Goes to show where all the other gift with purchases are, to be fair. I think the Death Star actually goes quite high on my list, which I shouldn't be surprised to say, because it was a nice model. And we put the Death Star on the AT-TE. That was a lot of fun. The AT-TE Death Star cannon. That was so fun. I don't have, actually I do have these slopes. I do have the angled ones, which will work for this. Some 1x2s behind them. Oh, run away from me. I probably won't modify this on stream. I don't want to pick apart Revans model in case they're watching. I don't want to be smited down by Revan. Sleep with one eye open tonight. But I will be modifying the front, I think. I got a few things in mind for it. Looks good though. It looks a lot better than it did. I will say that on the image. I thought it was going to stick out a little bit. I think also those rounded off pieces have helped. But I would love if there was more of a slope on the side. That piece just doesn't exist for this. Not in this way. Again, this is common parts. I'm looking at clips and bars you might not have in the right colors. Not just your basics. Maybe even some technical elements. Right now, Star Wars feels like it lacks lore in general. I think they could go for an RPG or Dungeons and Dragons approach. Let me tell you about Zero Company, and if I spread the news enough, Disney might let me play it early. It comes out in like a week, I think. I am so excited to see Zero Company. If I can't play it, I will be watching someone play it. I feel like they're the stories we need. They're the stories. The thing with Zero Company, though, and my problem with it, not just its tabletop, I feel like an aspect of tabletop can work. Again, haven't seen much gameplay for it. I haven't. I think there's been gameplay trailers, and I think they streamed an hour or something. But we need a game like that where everyone can pick a character. So you have like 4 of your friends, or maybe 2 of your friends, or you play with a computer, and you can have 4 characters that progress through a story. There's been some really good games like that I've been into recently, and that's what Zero Company needed. It needed that aspect of, yeah, like you say, Dungeons and Dragons type style, and also a bit like the I guess it's a smaller scale of Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is an MMO RPG where you're in a world with so many others, and you can join with friends, go on quests. I need to hop back on that. It's been a hot minute since I played SWTOR, but that's Old Republic, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. This is Clone Wars with Zero Company. We're getting introduced to new characters, so much new. But also, I won't be buying it straight away because so many recent Star Wars games have just stopped. They've like come out, and then before their final update, that's a whole nother thing about games dropping before they've actually updated the game fully. But before they drop their final update, they'll just like stop updating the game and it'll be pulled, or licenses removed. That hasn't happened with Star Wars yet. But I've seen a load of games have their licenses pulled. How's that? Older games, but still sucks a little bit. Disney's capitalizing on the popular characters like Vader, Yoda, Anakin, and Kenobi. Yeah. I like the way they do it, though. So they've had so many games now where like Kenobi, Yoda, Vader, Anakin have popped up. I mean, isn't that the whole premise of Starkiller? Vader's apprentice. They use Vader to get people into the game and to get people liking the character, and then the character can stand on their own 2 feet, and that's when you know it's a good game. When the character manages to, and I guess Vader was in the sequel, right? Starkiller. But when the character can come back for a game without the character, like Zero Company, for instance, if they were to get, and I'm sure they might, if this game does anywhere near as successful as it looks to be, if they get a comic book, I doubt Anakin will appear in the comic book. That's when you know you've had success. The Bad Batch show up, and Kenobi and Anakin, right, are both on that, both in that episode, and then they have their own show because they were liked so much. They're able to stand on their own 2 feet, have their own missions. So I'm hopeful for Zero Company, as long as it's not just a one-off. I will say there's another fan-made game on Fortnite that I'm interested in that come out yesterday. I think that come out last night. I want to be playing a bit of that with Hondo Onaka. Yes. It sounds like it's Jim Cummins as well. Don't know if it is, but it'd be cool. It'd be cooler if it is, for sure. I like the fan-made games. Ooh, okay, dodgy little step here at 59, but 2 slopes are visible in the next one. It's not a problem. It's just a little mistake, which we accept for non-Lego. I'm not even going to mention it again. For sure, always wanted an open-world Star Wars game where you could just be anyone. That's kind of what SWOTOR's like. You get to pick what you're doing, how you're doing it. The problem with SWOTOR is if you don't want to pick a side and do the missions, there's no like farming or any. You can't just choose the simple life, become a farmer. It's not an option in SWOTOR. That's what they're missing. They need that simple life option. Somewhere you can just do whatever you want. And it's very repetitive, sure, but sometimes a tycoon-based game, that's all we need, a little bit of entertainment. It helps relax. I've been playing so much Droid Tycoon and finding comfort in the fact that I don't need to think about it. I can just sit down, load up, and start, you know, farming all the coins. I'm rich in it as well, that helps. It helps when it's a tycoon that makes you feel rich because you've got like trillions of credits. Even though you very much don't have trillions of credits. And if we did, we'd be spending trillions on Lego. Death Stars for everyone. Alright, no mess, no mess. Smashed it. Too soon. Said that too soon. Got a piece on my keyboard. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Way too soon. Even though Old Republic was decades ago, people still talk about it. It still gets updates. It didn't it get a DLC? I don't think it was an update. I didn't play it. It got a DLC a few months ago. It is still very much active, and there's like, and that's subscription based as well, which I think does it well because not only are there regular updates, but then the subscriptions are giving you a few bonus things, but from the dev's point of view, feeding into the next update. And the next one, and the next one. Could we, what's the UT-AT look like? Could we swap this for a headlight brick? Or is this meant to stick out? Yeah, I'm going to swap this for a headlight brick. That's the only change I'm making. We've already used these snot bricks, so it makes more sense to put this in a little set. But if Lego were to be complicated like they've been recently, I think a headlight brick would be way better. Stick that out the front. There we go. Oh, there you go. Hold on at the front. That's the one. Just the one. Oh, look, we get a 1x3 in there as well. Hold on. We can get this snot brick behind. That will hold that in place. And then we get a 1x3 tile, which I definitely have because I've just broken down Palpatine's apartment from the city. I'm so behind on my sorting, on my parting out. Anyone remember Palpatine's apartment from the Lego City? Oh, those 1x3s. I can't even remember where I nicked them off. I've definitely got 2 of them in here. And I know that from Palp's apartment. What a build. Little It was Palpatine's, like, it was the Chancellor Suite. That's what it was. The Chancellor Suite. Was that in the Senate building, though? Because I feel like it looks like Palpatine's office on the Death Star. But I'd assume Palpatine would have moved in. Maybe that's why his Death Star office was like the suite. Because his... Where? I'm trying to think back to the Tarkin novel. Were they in the... Remember the council chamber of the Jedi Temple when they had their meetings? Or were they in another room? There's a game called Vampire the Masquerade. Has so many dialogue routes and different approaches and 8 endings. Imagine a Star Wars game with 2 endings. We've been playing through Guardians of the Galaxy with channel members, and that has multiple endings. We've already got 1 of the endings. Technically, we got 2 of the endings, but we got 1 of the main endings, and the other one was just constantly dying. I suppose death and giving up is also another ending when it comes to games like that. But yeah, that's got actual multiple endings where the game can like go off and finish. Imagine a Star Wars game like that. It would be so good. If Disney gave us more lore about the Old Republic and the origins of Jedi and Sith, it'd be nice, like an actual movie. They had the movie, KOTOR. That was a movie in the works that they announced. I think that was in the 2019 announcements. They announced a project with the same name, and yeah, it didn't take off. The thing is, though, with news outlets and media coverage folk, the amount of times they'll come out and say, oh, this is cancelled, that is cancelled. Like, oh yeah, Marvel are dropping all their shows that haven't been made, and then that's followed up with a Marvel announcement for Vision Quest. Like, I don't know what to believe anymore. So I don't think it has been cancelled. I think it's been shelved. I think the movie, I'm pretty sure it's a movie of the Old Republic, has been put on a shelf. And they'll come back to it eventually. You know, when they need another movie, when they got a bit of free time. A bit like video ideas. I have so many projects that I've shelved that I haven't had time to do, so I've put on a list. A list that keeps finding empty holes, which is worrying. But a list nonetheless. And yeah, eventually I'll get around to them. That's what I tell myself. Eventually I'll get around to it. Eventually I might do it. Maybe, mayhaps. Oh, Bakara has a grey top. Yeah, because of the cheeks. And then the dark red stud is for the Marines, which I don't know with the Marines, right? Let me grab one. I don't know if the Marines would be... Oh, that's not dark red. That looks so dark red. I think I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, no, it's... Oh, okay, I'll grab you in a second. I don't think the Marines are dark red bottom and then white on top. I think they're actually white on bottom and red on top, because that looks like the helmet and... Or, oh, wait, there was one at the bottom. That does look like the helmet and the torso leg configuration. If we had 4 studs, we'd go white, red, white, red. So based off that, I think we've got to flip that. Yeah. There's so much opportunity, though, for Disney to come out with... So, I mean, Gonk, a Star Wars story. That was all fun and games, but why not? At this point, Disney have gave us so many stories. It wouldn't be a box office hit. Any tank to top the Mandalorian. I don't know how they're going to do that. Oh, we've already connected it. Well, well, well. There's one I did earlier on an accident. Oh, no. Yeah, we need more... I do agree we need more role-playing games, though, for Star Wars. Because a lot of the time, it does feel like we're watching from afar. The Battlefront 2 campaign was an amazing campaign, but one of the problems I had with it was Iden Versio was watching everything happen. There wasn't any specific moments where, like, it all felt cinematic. I think Cal Kestis does it right. Cal Kestis is in the fight. and you feel the action. Even when you're not playing as Cal, you're in the fight. Iden Versio, you were like watching it fly overhead, or you were hearing it on the comms. There wasn't enough of being in the fight. And then it cut to a scene where like stormtroopers are pursuing and like you're fighting off, you know, who knows what. I feel like there should have been more fighting. But the RPGs isn't just about fighting, it's the story as well, which I think Cal does decently. The problem being no choice. Cal's story is told. You can change the hair. That was cheeky. Jedi Survivor was cheeky for letting you customize the character because it lures you into this full sense of, all right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're going to be able to, you know, change paths, and there's just no path to change. That is it. This is where we want to clip the blaster. What I'm going to do instead of whacking this weapon on is, oh wait, we don't even need this. We need a holy stud, which we call a stud with a hole in. Not meant to be in there, but I'll overlook that as you are the piece that we need. And then, does Bakara have any special weapon? Or would a blaster... Oh, wait a sec. You're gunmetal grey. We want black this time. The only time we don't want a fancy blaster. We get a blaster on the inside. That's not pointing straight. Actually, an AV7, like, you don't want your blaster to point straight because it's going to hit the troops in front. You want it to point at an angle so you can launch that cannon at a parabola. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wait. No. That's crazy. That is crazy. There's got to be something. I mean, 16 times. That's nice that they show them lined up. Actually, I can't think of many better ways we could do this. What you could do instead of having that many bar connections, and you'd also be able to line them up off the side. The thing is, we've got 8, so you'd need an 8-length bar. I'll see if I've got one of those, or 2 of those. Mass Effect. I haven't played Mass Effect. It's a space RPG. Mass Effect. Is that the one that everyone says is like a Star Wars one? Mass Effect. I'll give that a little look through afterward. It looks very Star Warsy. Oh, it does look very Star Warsy. I did play, it wasn't Mass Effect. It was another one that was similar to it, that was more local. It was more like Mission to the Moon based. And that was all right, but a Star Wars Mass Effect. Just imagine that. Star Wars Mass Effect. That sounds good. That sounds good. And I don't even know much about Mass Effect. Oh, yes, we've got some blank bars. Are they 8 long? Oh, they're too thick. Too thick they are. I've got a bunch in grey. The reason I'm looking for these is we can get some clips on these 8-length bars that will hold all these feet, and then we get like 2 ends of them clipped in. That'll be easier than trying to run all these through. And because they're hidden underneath, would a 1x8 look too bad? Before we do any of this, would a 1x8 really look too bad? Because where are these going? These are going on the edge, right? No, surely not. A 1x8 brick. It can't look bad. Oh, I've just used the 1x8s from the front. Do I have another black 1x8? That's a 1x10, 1x10, 1x6. Oh, what did I use them for? Can I steal them back? Can I take them back? Or can we get 2? Maybe we can sink it lower with a 1x8 black plate instead of 1x8 black bricks. Oops. Let's see what that looks like. Played the Mass Effect series so many times, had to get the wife to play so you could watch. That is so cool when someone else plays through a game. Tinks, my fiance, I got playing Shadow of War. I miss that game. I forgot how much fun I had. I love the Lord of the Rings franchise, so I love Shadow of War and the other one as well. But Shadow of War was the first game I ever played like that ages ago. And I didn't realize how not that old it is compared to what I thought. That was an amazing experience, watching the first bit of that through. It's a good game the way that's built as well. We don't really have a Star Wars game like it, like Shadow of War. I think that's the right one. Oh, do I have enough of these flippers? I hope so. Low-key got addicted. Yeah, it's a good game. It is. In Mass Effect, you play as Shepard the Commander to carry out missions, take decisions, and even romance people. Mostly has blasters and fist fights. Imagine that with a saber. Everything's better with a lightsaber. In that context, everything's better with a lightsaber. Well, I don't know about all those decisions. Most of them better with a lightsaber. I think this is a good height. These two plates is a good height because it keeps the front off the floor. And look, I love the little treads poking through the side. This is such a good build. If you want a UT-AT to add to your display and don't want to pay for any of the bigger ones, because this is near the end. Oh, look, Revans Brick Corner is a YouTube. I've got to check out that video, see if they've made a little review on it. And if we just go back, oh, I didn't get it up, did I? I didn't get up all the UT-AT mocks, the millions of them. I think there were 38 on this second search. Yeah, 38. So we've got, that's a decent model. €9. You know what? That's not too bad considering some of these. Just the UT-AT, $10. When you think of how much the parts cost, so that set is currently reduced to £110 in the UK. Oh, didn't mean to click that one. The parts would cost... Oh, I forgot the fact that it doesn't tell me, because I'm not signed in, it doesn't tell me. That's all right. We'll keep up the instructions of this one. I can get it up on this account. So the parts for that UT-AT that was just on the small screen would set you back. Bearing in mind this is from the ATTE, so a £110 model. I'm expecting 80 quid for the parts used, because it looks like it uses most of them. £97.40. £97.40. You're spending £110 on this build. And this isn't like Lego verified. I think that's the hard thing with mocks. I'm not saying that it's not a good mock, but it's not going to be, well, I mean, it might be better than Lego quality, actually. It just might be. That's what I'm finding with the fan games. So with the fan games, there are a lot of games on, things like Fortnite are quite basic, but there are other fan games. Star Wars is a tricky road to walk when you're trying to make a fan game of it. But there are space games that are definitely inspired by Star Wars that do have really cool stories, but they're not getting the Star Wars advertising. I bet there's a little indie game that we'd all love to play right now, but no one's heard of it. And, you know, it might have even pulled itself from the store. Games don't work that way, but it may have been pulled from the store because it didn't take off. I've seen so many videos, right, that I've saved to watch for later because they look awesome. The title, thumbnail, and they've only got, you know, a couple views to them, but they look like a sick build. There was an Andor mock that I saw the other day. Video removed when I come around to watch it. No, I was excited to watch it. All right, here's the, we said Bakara, didn't we? Here's the UT-AT. And Bakara fits through, but can we fit Bakara in with his Karma? I'm not sure Bakara is going to fit with his Karma. We might need a little more space in here, which, to be fair, we could always angle the legs and get him sitting up, couldn't we? Yeah, Bakara can be standing up in the UT-AT. See, look at this for a Microfighter UT-AT. This is amazing. That's an awesome little build. I'll definitely be modifying the front. You don't need to. That looks cool. We've got a little blaster hidden at the front as well. That's a sick. We need a mini Battle of Magneto, a base plate mark. We need to bring back an hour mystery builds. I mean, it's taken us 50 minutes to put that together from start to finish, but we need to build a little Magneto and get some other vehicles for the other Galactic Marines. I think that would be a good one. Yes, we definitely need to. Now that we've built that, I won't build a Triad Droid and everything today. I'll save that for either a video or another stream. Really happy with how that came out. And I just found that scrolling on Rebrickable. That was one of the, I don't think it was one of the sets that shone out, but it was one of the sets that I found because a set stuck out, and then had a little look, a little dig for more. All right, we can clear this up now. If you did miss the first part of the stream, we built a Rho-Class shuttle. Check that out. We actually built the top fin for the Rho-Class shuttle. The rest of it was already built from when we built it watching Maul. And soon we'll have Mandalorian on Disney Plus. So we'll get back to a few of the other Mandalorian builds that I've been saving for when we get a good look, including that Imperial ship that leaves the mansion. That Imperial ship that leaves the mansion. I am going to be zooming in on that, cracking what ship that is. Sand dune background. Oh, a sand dune background makes everything look cool. I want to brick build a little background for one of these. Especially for the salvage. Imagine a brick built background back there. I think that would look amazing. I am going to wrap the stream up here because that was the only extra thing I had to build. Get to clearing the desk and maybe sort in a little bit more Lego. I'll give you a little sneak peek on tomorrow's video. What's tomorrow? Oh, Star Wars Marvel mashup. Have a little think. All right, you got 2 bits of homework. The first one is whatever I said earlier in the stream. I forgot it. I don't remember what I said. I said about something. And the second one is, there are a few things that, forget about that. Forget about that. What I want you to think of is think of your favorite Star Wars character. Who would they be in Marvel? And vice versa, your favorite Marvel character. Who would they be in Star Wars? Let me know on tomorrow's video, midday, 12, in the middle of the day. I think that's PM, BST. And until then, thank you all so much for watching. We will be back live tomorrow as well after that video with a Boba Fett stream, which is going to be a fun one. Hopefully we can get that done before the stream. And thank you so much for watching. Till then, may the bricks be with you.